Good morning, this is Joanne from my garden, hummingbird garden in the backyard. I don't know, somewhere around 7:30 in the morning. It's a nice day, it's going to be sunny. Sun is really bright in my eyes at the moment from the one side, except for a post that's shielding it. My big vine over there, my Spanish flag vine, was turning completely yellow all up in the center, and I was really concerned about it. And when I had my greenhouse and my plants, and a bunch of them turned yellow, I had this little bottle of indoor plant food from Miracle-Gro. Feeds instantly. And I put a little squirt of that in the pots. And it did amazing things. It turned things green. And I don't know if you can tell from the deep green that's in those. But I took this little bottle over there in that pot and I just squirted it. Did a squirt by each vine where they go into the ground. And then I brought the garden hose over and sprayed it. And it went from the most anemic looking green, and the whole center of that plant was just yellow, completely yellow. And it's crazy, but it just started in the center. I don't know if I can find one that's still yellow. That leaf was totally yellow in the center there. Anyways, it just started at the core and just started turning it green again. Now the ones that crinkle and go brown, they may not turn more. But the ones that are all yellow like that, they just sucked in the green. And most of those leaves on the inside there are at that stage of turning green in all the veins. And those were completely yellow. So, anyways, my tip for the day. Now let's see if we can find some hummingbirds in my garden. I know there's one over there. I just don't know where he went. There we are. Here's the hummer. And just when I think all of the males have gone, you know, the really brightly colored mature males, they say they migrate first. But they're not gone until the females, the females that can have another bunch of chicks are gone. They just they hang out and do their job. Pretty soon we should have a bunch more females than their babies in the yard here. Because the last little ones have figured out how to eat. It is such a fun thing to watch the little ones try to eat. I gotta find those pictures that I took and put them in a video. Maybe my last slideshow might have some. But because my camera was taking the picture slow enough to show the wings, sometimes in more than one direction. It was funny to watch them because the little ones would come and they would poke their beak up in there in one of these little teeny flowers, especially these hot lips. Find some of them. Anyways, that's the salvia. The pink ones are the hot lips. But they don't know their own strength, and then just it's a balancing act, learning, and they learn really fast. But learning how to hold their self in one spot while they eat. And I've never really observed that before. I've seen them just kind of push the plant a long ways. The mature ones, they fly up to the flower, hold themselves in position, and they can drink however much they want out of it. But they don't push the flower across the flower pot. The new little ones, they might push the flower 2 inches, and then they start spinning while they turn, and so then the flower is on their beak and they're spinning around, and it's going around and around one way while they go around the other way. Anyways, I'll try to capture that if I can. It's just my phone was dead when they did it, so I couldn't get the video. I got it with my camera. A couple shots. And now, because I've obviously gotten enough nitrogen in my vine over there, it was starting to bloom. We have waited a long time for these blooms. But these are my Spanish vines, and the blooms are starting everywhere. So I'm excited about it. But before, when I gave my Spanish vine too much nitrogen, all it did was produce leaves. So I'm hoping that this is balanced for the plants, and it seemed to make them bloom too in the greenhouse with this Miracle-Gro. So I'm hoping these flowers still show up everywhere on this vine, and that it doesn't revert back just to making leaves. I believe there's some flowers right there. Yeah, those are on that vine. So if they just keep going there, hopefully I will have flowers everywhere. As I run that vine all the way up along the eaves. Last year we had hummingbirds that just round and around and around and around. Well, there's not a ton of those flowers on there yet, but hopefully. And the one on the neighbor's fence. That's his bush. Okay, let's see. Where's our vine? There's our vine. Hummingbirds love to land on that vine, whether it holds them or not. They start sitting down on it. If it goes all the way to the ground, they go find another sturdier perch. Anyways, I don't see them from here, but there are lots of those flowers on that vine. Thankfully, I asked the neighbor if I could run them over the fence, which means they're visible all over his yard too. And he let me, so I've been waiting a long time for us both to have flowers there. And it not to look just like a mess. So hopefully it'll produce enough flowers that he'll be happy. So, well, don't see it. Well, I might pause this as the sun is glaring in my eyes. Is right if I can stay behind this post. This is a white post. But anyway, I'm just trying to let the sun get just beyond this post so that I can get shade from this awning in my eyes. And I can photograph birds better because I can see them. And I won't have to shade my lens all the time so that it won't glare. So that's what I'll be waiting for. Good morning though, and if you've got plants this time of the year that are just turning yellow like crazy and you're concerned about losing all the leaves, try a squirt of this in the pot, and then I watered it good so that it wouldn't be too strong. I didn't want to over fertilize them. I just know one squirt in the pot. That's only about a 12-inch pot that great big vine is in. Not very big. And it's maybe 14 inches deep. But that's all. For this massive bunch of leaves and vines. And they were turning yellow, the whole plant, so I am so excited to see some rich, healthy green on it. And hopefully all those other yellow leaves will just go away. So, oh wow. A cloud, how nice. I do not know where my little hummers went. They're either relaxing in the tree or they're in the corners in the flowers, and I just have not seen them. I just heard a whir. A little whir of their leaves, or of their wings. Yeah, they got a lot of flowers to hide behind there. And I have to wait till they come up from behind the flowers. Or the vines. So anyway, good morning. And I will be back with more hummingbird photos.